If you didn't like these because of the mid cut, worry not, Adidas got you with the lows. Yo guys, Zachariah here for another episode of Toilet Reviews, where we'll be going over the highly anticipated Adidas AE1 lows in the Ascent colorway. So, some changes have been made to the shoes, and whether that's an upgrade or downgrade is up to you guys and your preferences, but if you want to know what I think, stick around. But before I get into things, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. I need you to like and comment on this video, as it really helps me out grow and helps me fight this algorithm thing. So please go ahead and do that, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel also. But without further ado, let's get straight into this review. And starting things off with the price, the AE1 lows go for $110, which is actually a little bit cheaper than the mids, which retail at $120, depending on the colorway you get. But considering all the performance you get out of the AEs, plus all the tech you get within the shoes, obviously the lows have a little bit different tech specs, which we'll go into later on in the video, but all things considered, $110 is an absolute steal of a price in my opinion. Shout out to Adidas, because that is awesome. They're really giving you your value for your dollar here. And also, this is the box that the shoes come with. It's nothing special, it's the standard box that all the AE ones come with. So getting more into the shoes, this Ascent colorway is pretty damn fire if you ask me. I'm really digging this marble look to it. It's very clean and it's giving off Yeezy vibes, as it has the same look to it as a Yeezy foam runner that released in the past. But I am a little bit confused because I don't know why they chose this colorway to be the initial launch pair, because to me personally, I feel like that pink pair he wore throughout the playoffs would have been the perfect pair to release first, but I'm not going to question Adidas here. But that reminds me, I do need to set my calendar so I can cop that pair. I'm pretty sure it's releasing on Ant-Man's birthday, and speaking of his birthday, I also did get an invite. The invitation card said,
"Bring your ass."
So since he asked me so politely, I figured I'd make an appearance, you know, just be courteous. But I'm also a little bit confused as to why Adidas decided to release these now. I feel like it would have been a better time to put these out when Ant-Man had that amazing run that he had in the NBA playoffs this past season, but it is what it is. They're gonna sell out regardless. So if you guys don't know already, the shoes still have that same translucent herringbone pattern as the mids. No real changes here. These things have amazing traction performance across all court surfaces. But I would strongly advise you guys to not take these outdoors, because the rubber compound used here is very soft and pliable and definitely would not be able to handle the outdoor wear and tear. So when it comes to the cushioning, this is one of the things that changed within the shoes. So the mids have full length jet boost. I want to correct myself here, because in previous videos I stated that the mids had light strike foam within it, but that's actually incorrect. I was going off of an old product description that I was reading in the past, and that's my fault, guys. So now you know the mids only have full length jet boost foam. But you guys know what shoes do have light strike foam in it? The AE1 lows right here, and there's a lot of it too. As you can see that the midsole has been altered a bit, and there's a cutout where the light strike is exposed, and you can actually see it through the cutouts along the outsole as well. Now the shoes also don't have jet boost anymore and have opted for light boost instead, as you can see on this cutout on the heel. So the light boost foam is actually isolated within the forefoot right here and the heel portion, and the implementation of it is similar to how Nike would place Zoom Air units, for example how the LeBron 20 had a zoom unit in the heel and forefoot, same sort of idea. But personally, I feel like this cushion setup is a downgrade from the mids, mainly because the mids felt very plush and soft and bouncy, whereas these guys feel a lot more firm, but still bouncy enough in the forefoot because you can feel that light boost foam there. So I don't know how it's gonna perform on court compared to the mids. We'll have to see. Maybe with some break-in time it'll be better, so stay tuned for my performance review. Next, let's talk about the material. So for the most part, it's still the same. It's made up of textile, and we still have the TPU side panels as well. Now the most obvious change is the fact that these are now low tops, and these guys switch things up a little, as the inner part of the shoe here has improved sculpting and padding, which feels better than the mids from a try-on standpoint. The tongue is also different, as the lows don't have the same bungee cords connected to the tongue as the mids that extend down to the footbed, and I think that's a downgrade because now the tongue could potentially be moving around all over the place when you start playing in these, or even just walking around, and that could be potentially very annoying, so I'm really hoping that isn't the case for the lows here. Another difference is actually the eyelet arrangement. So the lows have a more traditional eyelet setup, which I think is better because the first couple eyelets here on the mid top pair don't really do too much for the lockdown because you can't start tightening up the shoes from this point on, whereas on the low top pair, with the first couple eyelets, you can actually start tightening the shoes up from here and you get a better sense of lockdown and security. So when it comes to the weight difference between the two shoes, the lows obviously weigh a little bit less than the mids, but obviously this weight difference is negligible. Moving along to the fit, the AE1 lows fit more snug than the mids, and I actually prefer it this way because you get more of a one-to-one fit. Now when it comes to the sizing, a lot of people have been saying that these fit a little bit longer. For me personally, I went with my true size and I was fine. I have no issues at all. So my recommendation for you guys would be to try these on in store first if you get the chance to, see what works best and go from there. But overall guys, Adidas definitely hit the jackpot for the AE line so far, and I'm excited to see how the lows stack up against the mids for on-court performance. So stay tuned for my performance review, but comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the shoes. Would you rock these? Are they better or worse than the mids? Let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them down below. But we're at that point in the video now, it's time for hashtag Zacharagi, what you rockin', and for today, I got the 361 Big 3 5.0 Pro in the Joker colorway. So I got a review for these coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But that is it for today, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm signing out. Peace.